to run away, but my soul keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane. Clone will still lying in my bed. All the colors are dead inside. The whole world goes to black and white. The moon is falling, I hear you calling. My city is on fire. I hear a bang and my heart beats skips. Rock hard knuckles and easy tricks. Where are you, baby? I'm still your lady. I'm gonna burn you down. I try to run away, but my soul keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane. Clone will still lying in my bed. Bourbon moon hangs in the sky. My man has left with a golden smile. This is so funny, you can kill me, honey. I'm already dead inside. My body is an empty bottle. Come on, baby, just give us an hour. I need to feel it, I'm gonna feel it. You make me come alive. I try to run away, but my soul keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane. Clone will still lying in my bed. All the colors are dead inside. The whole world goes to black and white. The moon is falling, I hear you calling. My city is on fire. I hear a bang and my heart beats skips. Rock hard knuckles and easy tricks. Where are you, baby? I'm still your lady. I'm gonna burn you down. I try to run away, but my soul keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane. Clone will still lying in my bed. And it's dead.
Greetings, friends, and welcome to another live stream. It is I, Sumi Yellow, and welcome once again to Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. In the last episode, we seemingly time travel and we're getting ready for a new wave of puzzles, this time in the future. I welcome you all. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Hey Yellow, hey Savuri, welcome to the stream. Hey Ponge, hey everybody, welcome. I thank you for joining me once more in another adventure. Yellow with the drip. Oh, glad you noticed, dear friend Alfrey. I have decided to change my apparel for the day. I hope it's to your liking. It is to mine, and I designed it myself. With the help, of course, of a certain special someone. But here it is. I will give you a better look at it. As you can see, it's very comfortable around most parts of the body, except for ones where part of the outfit still feels a little bit on the tight side of things. But despite that, it's a very comfortable outfit that I'm happy to be wearing, including a little earring that it's something a little bit new to me, but I enjoy the look that it gives. Even the channel foods. I am glad this outfit is to your liking, everybody. I am thankful because, of course, I want to look presentable when I am live on the stream. As you can see, I'm carrying this jacket around because the weather has not been very kind when it comes to the levels of warmth that it's offering. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to carry this jacket around. One of those situations where you carry your jacket because at the morning it was practically freezing, but as the day goes on, the temperature just gets hotter for seemingly no reason. But we're not gonna let us stop us. Just holding a jacket is not that much of a deal, personally. We're gonna continue through our adventures in London of the future and solving puzzles. Experiencing a lot of that now. Yeah. Usually what you want to do, or at least what I would advise doing, is carrying an extra large bag, a little bit larger than your average bag, so you can put your jacket there when you're not using it. That would be my suggestion, if it's a comfortable backpack, of course. But yeah, in the last episode we had a duel of the wits with future Luke.
but I'll need your help.
Oh, we're gonna escape in the form of a puzzle. Puzzle 28, slot machine gun. I will have fired their asses for that. As someone who runs a casino, I can imagine that this on screen was very unprofessional behavior that would not be tolerated. Am I right? Especially because they were barely firing at LAYTON when you think about it. They were just firing everywhere, including the freaking customers that had nothing to do with it. Which is kind of metal, but it's kind of defeating the purpose. Build a machine gun from the parts of the disassembled slot machine and help Future Look and LAYTON fight back. Rotate the parts and fit them into the checkerboard shape below. You must use all of the pieces without any of them overlapping. No hurry. I imagine that's what it plays. That's the music that would play if one of us was holding a machine gun, probably. LAYTON with a gun. Okay. They would literally never work in my city again. I can imagine that kind of behavior would be ill-advised, to say the least. So, we're building a machine gun right now from parts from the slot machine. Which is an interesting usage of parts. Does this count as recycling to you? This only fits here. Which means... there you go. Also, we have quite the entertaining sound effects to use with your redeems. They have grown on me, I gotta say. I wasn't a fan of them at the beginning, but I gotta say they have quite grown on me. The audience has fun with them, and that's what matters.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
You know,
just as I suspected.
LAYTON saying I have a good feeling about this one while holding a gun sounds incredibly intimidating, in a way. Jackpot. Let the counter-strike begin. Oh dear. Oh. It seems to be working so far.
We can't win this fight! Oh, bad boy! Oh, bad!
Oh. Successful plan.
I'd say that was a close one.
We gave them a taste of their own medicine.
Funny, I don't remember you helping.
Look, you're me, so that means I get some credit for assisting.
Oh, is that so?
That's very interesting logic.
Well, it is Luke. Look, did you know my name was the Lord before I laid my vengeance upon ye? That sounds like a quote the evil LAYTON would say. Chapter 3, The Enigmatic Future. Don't forget your LAYTON bingo cards, folks. Oh yeah, we're playing LAYTON bingo. So, also welcome to the stream show. Hopefully work has been going well and everything is going smoothly. And make sure to rest once you can, if you need it. Look, please call me anything but Mr. Triton. It's really strange being called that way by myself. It's pretty awkward for me too, What else I'm supposed to call you? I don't see why you both can be called Luke. Should the need to distinguish you two apart arise, you can be Big Luke and you can be Little Luke. I'm not too keen on Little Luke, but it beats all this confusion. Whatever you say goes, Professor. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance again, Little Luke. Oh no, the pleasure is all mine, Big Luke. Now, where were we? Oh yes, there's something that I need to check up on. Professor, on your way to the casino, did you pass a restaurant in the shopping arcade? The one near the southern exit to the arcade? That's the one. We'll head there first. A friend of mine is waiting for us there. Well, with pleasure. Ugh! Why are you sneaking up on me like that? You almost gave me a heart attack. Sorry, sir. I didn't think a simple hello would scare you so much. I was lost in thought and didn't see you there. Anyway, I have things to take care of. Goodbye. How odd. What's odd, Professor? Take a look at the ground, Luke. Footprints. That man left wet footprints even though it hasn't rained since we got here. Oh yeah, Sho is here and his company is more than welcome every single time. Allow me to hydrate myself for a second. For we're gonna have a lot of reading to do, and hopefully the amount of water that I have brought would be enough. If any case, I can just get some more. Water is always more than important, not just for reading, but in general. So why were his shoes wet? I haven't the foggiest. I guess we'll find out sooner or later. Any hint coins around this area? It doesn't seem to be the case. I've never been to a casino, but I imagine they are not also eager to fuel your body with very dangerous lead coming from a gun. Or a Tommy gun in this case. But I'm no expert on the subject at hand, so I will reserve my comments for when I get more experience. Although, when you think about it, getting more experience getting shot at, it's not the kind of experience that you want to get. I haven't not on Twitch, never mind. You just saved yourself there, dear friend Tia. Hope you're doing well, by the way. And everyone. Let's continue moving forward. Just a little farther, look. We're almost to the arcade now. I know, we walked through here earlier. Oh, right. Of course you did. You mentioned that before, didn't you? Yeah. Hey, you know, there's something I've been wondering about. What's on your mind? Well, a time machine able to take people to any point in time could really change the world. Not just that, it could improve people's lives. Yes, it certainly has the potential to do that. So even though the machine could do so much for people, you want to stop it from being made. Think about this scenario. Imagine there's this bully who always giving you trouble. Go on. Now, let's say you had that time machine we've been talking about. Would you travel back in time when that bully was a bratty 5-year-old and wail on him? Of course not, that'd be cruel. Of course you wouldn't, because you got a good heart. But imagine the damage someone less kind could do with a machine like that. I guess I've never thought of it that way. We got to stop the machine from being built. Well, they are just tools. The person who wields them decides how to use them. And you cannot blame a tool or a machine for those actions. You could use a knife to cause damage to a person, or you could use a knife to cut your food. Oh, there you are, Fluckykins. How I missed the sound of your sweet voice. I forgot this lady here has quite the crush on Luke. Belle, I'm begging you to listen. My name is Luke, with an L. Oh, what's in a name anyhow? All that matters is the love we share, Fluky Poo. Don't you feel lucky to have met your soulmate so early in your young life? 'Cause you should. Listen, Belle, I think maybe you got big dreams for your future. You bet I do. Now, if only I could get this plan for a house ride. I don't think solving this puzzle is gonna help our situation, Luke. She's completely in love with you. Which is kind of uncomfortable considering the fact that you are probably between 13 and 14, depending on how much time has passed between Pandora's box and this game. Our dream house, puzzle number 29. The empty lot below is lined with wooden stakes forming a grid of squares. Your job is to stretch the ropes between the stakes so a 4-person family that is planning to build a house here can have 4 identical shaped rooms. You must complete this puzzle using the entire lot and 5 ropes or less. A rope that traverses multiple stakes in a straight line counts as 1 rope if you want to draw it with a single stroke. Belle, you really need to shift gears. That is going way too fast. Okay, it's this type of puzzle. Okay. A 4-person family is planning to build a house so you can have 4 identically shaped rooms. Those corners are the ones causing the most problems, but they are... It's almost like a mirrored picture in a sense. So maybe... It says identically shaped, not sized. The shape is the same even if the size is not the same.
Here's my answer.
Marvelous.
I knew it!
There you go. Oh, how wonderful. That's a wonderful home you designed for us, Fluke. I'm so happy right now. Now, give your sweetheart a big, squishy kiss. Stop making that kissy face at me. Oh, Fluke, there's that shyness again. Every time you get embarrassed like that, I just melt. Ugh. And we're just gonna run away from her, it seems. Have you two been? Word is there was a shootout at the Gilded 7 casino. Wow, that made it into the papers already? Oh, it's Mr. Shaped Like an Egg, that is true. Seems some cuckoos went in there and tried to run off with the day's profits. When the casino security staff caught them red-handed, the place turned into a Wild West. What? But that's not how it happened at all. Well, whoa now, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what the paper says. You know what I find sad though? They had to give her a traditional and flattering design in order to make the majority of people sympathize with Luke. That is a trope that I'm not the biggest fan of personally. Well, the paper's wrong. But at the same time, if you look at both sides of the coin, Luke was clearly uncomfortable by the whole situation as well. That is a person that he didn't know, and this person was throwing future plans like they've been a couple for years. So it's not a great situation for any party, especially with Luke being this young. But it could be worse. There was that one lady at the cabaret in the previous game that was also making moves, as they say on Luke. Why would the paper print lies? I hate to say it, but I think the family controls the media here. The papers print what they're told to. Look, there's the restaurant. Is this the place you had in mind, Big Luke? Yes, this is the one. Let's head in. Oh. Neff, welcome to the stream. I hope your day is going fantastic, dear friend, because you deserve it. We are continuing the mystery through Professor Layton. You look terrible. What's wrong? Oh, hey kid, yeah, I'm kinda a mess right now. Buster came by and really stuck it to me. Ugh. That's awful. Yeah, you're telling me. He kept carrying on about some brat who got into the casino. That brat wouldn't happen to be you, would it? Me? No way. I wouldn't dream of going to an awful place like that. Oh good, I was afraid I was gonna have to teach you a lesson for doing something so knuckleheaded. Cause I'm really no shape for any teaching right now. I guess I just don't get Bostra. He flies off the handle for no reason at all. It doesn't sound like the most friendly of bosses. Look, do you see that man in black over there? Does he seem familiar to you? Yeah, he's the one who brought us that letter from you. That one right there. But first, let's talk to our dear friend, the extremely strange mustache individual, also known as Pylard. Welcome, friends. If you've been looking for the best home-cooked meal in London, you've come to the right place. Oh boy, tell me, what do you recommend? I'm glad you asked. There's nothing better than an enthusiastic customer. To start, you should know I make a fish and chips that are so good, you'll want to move in. Tell me, what kind of Englishman could say no to a dish like that, eh? I'm with you on that one. I love fish and chips. And if you fancy something a bit more stick to your ribs, we got you covered. My lamb stew with crispy potatoes will have you licking your chops. And the lambs too, haha. I'm sold, I'll take it all. Now, don't get carried away, Luke. The food sounds wonderful, but we didn't come here to eat, did we? Oh. That's right. Sorry, sir, but we have business to attend to. But do come by later for my order. But of course, lad, just let me know when you found a dish that suits you. The mustache looks like the hat they just put over his mouth. It could be. Although, to be perfectly fair, considering this is the third game in the series that we played, he's not the most weirdly shaped individual that we've seen in this series, to be perfectly honest. Sorry to keep you waiting, Shimply. Not at all, I just got here a moment ago myself. Though you've all met before, I don't think you've ever had a proper introduction. This is my good friend Shipley. Shipley has played a vital role in the effort to bring you a little look to our time. Pleased to meet you, Shipley. Likewise, Professor. I'm sorry I had to be so brief with you when we last met. Luke here told me I shouldn't share any details until he had a chance to speak with you himself. Don't give it another thought. Luke needed to test us before sharing the details of his plan. Shipley, did you manage to reconnaissance work in Chinatown? As I asked. I did indeed, Luke. That filthy scumbag Layton. Apologies, Professor. That would be the evil Layton I'm referring to. The professor is apprised of the situation. Do continue. Right. You know the towering pagoda located in Chinatown? Apparently, evil Layton is holding those scientists captive there. It seems he has them working on something day and night. So the scientists are in the tower itself. This is going to make things very difficult. I also heard another peculiar rumor while I was about town. Yes? Word has it that the Prime Minister who disappeared 10 years ago is being held up there too. So that answers the questions of what happened to the Prime Minister if he is indeed in that said location. I assume we'll find out not too long from now. What? Bill Hawks. That is the incident that started this whole situation. He went missing the day of the accident. He's been missing for 10 years. Do you suppose evil Layton might have abducted the Prime Minister in addition to all of those scientists? Considering all the information we do have, it would be quite a healthy assumption to make, but we don't have enough information to reach a solid enough conclusion as of now. We won't know until we check the facts for ourselves. Big Look, you seem apprehensive at the mention of the Towering Pagoda. What is this place? The Towering Pagoda is the family's stronghold, and it sits by a sea of warehouses in Chinatown. To complicate matters, the whole of Chinatown is controlled almost exclusively by the family. That means even getting within walking distance won't be easy. Be that as it may, we need to head to the source of this madness if we are to uncover the truth. Can you get us safely to the tower? Well, Professor Layton and Luke are no strangers to danger, so this is pretty much usual Layton activities, as they say. Infiltrating a place like that is going to take a bit of preparation. Why don't I spill off for a bit and see if I can secure a safe route to the tower for us? Go on and set off for Chinatown without me. Shipley can tell you how to get that far, alright? Very, very well. Good. Now I need to get moving. Be careful out there. Wow, he sure took off in a hurry. Could future Luke be hiding something perhaps? This kind of comment, this kind of mention, I do not feel like it's arbitrary. Shipley, we need to get to Chinatown. What's the best way there? Let's see. I'd say your best bet is to head back north of Flatstone Street. As you make your way towards the casino, there's a small set of stairs that go off to the right. Did you see them before? Oh yes, now that you mentioned it, I do recall passing by an area that fits that description. Good. Head up those stairs and follow the narrow path at the top until you hit the riverbank. From there, just follow the path you're on and it'll take you straight into Chinatown. You're not coming with us, Shipley? I wish I could, but I got to stay here and wait for word from your older self. Very well. Thank you for your assistance, Shipley. Come look, we mustn't dilly-dally here. Take care of yourself out there. If you run into any trouble, you can always find me here. Well, our objective is clear. Let's make haste towards Chinatown. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but Future Luke's attitude was seemingly very suspicious.
What?
Oh, it's that lady from before.
Here you go.
What's this now?
Open it and see.
Young Layton again.
A hat?
So that's how he got it.
For the newly appointed professor. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're a fully fledged member of the academic community now. So you've got to look the part.
So that's why the hat is so important to
Very
him.
dashing, Herschel. The picture of a true gentleman.
It was a
True
gift
gentleman?
from his potential loved one.
No, leave it on. It suits you. It really does. So no taking it off.
No taking it off.
Oh, look at the time. I didn't realize how late it was. I have to go to the lab. We're running a very important experiment today. Let's continue this celebration over dinner tonight. Oh, and promise me you'll wear the hat. It's not your usual style, but keep an open mind. After all, isn't that what a gentleman does?
They are so lovely. He's blushing. That was incredibly adorable. I was wondering how exactly Future Look got into the casino when it's membership only after the last stream. That is true. We never got an answer to that yet, which makes Future Look's activities a little bit more suspicious as well. It all makes sense now. Yes, it was a gift from someone who's very important to Layton. Maybe a loved one, probably. You know, an evil Layton is sounding far more plausible now. My theory right now, if I had to like put the very, very, very few pieces together that we have so far, the reason why evil Layton, in quotations, evil Layton from the future is seemingly, allegedly, kidnapping scientists to finish a quote-unquote machine, perhaps has to do with the disappearance of this lady. Maybe he's doing it out of love, but we'll have to wait and see. To bring her back, yes, you arrived to the same conclusion as I did, Show. We don't know what happened to her in this timeline, but we'll have to wait and see. That is one hypothesis. Or some twisted Discolish shit, that is true. What if Luke is actually in charge of the family and he orchestrated all of this? Maybe he wants Layton and the evil Layton to meet. So many questions. It's still very early to get a firm assumption or theory as to how all of this is gonna work out. So I suggest we keep moving in search for answers. Did you see the professor? Wasn't that the same woman we saw earlier? I suppose it was. You seem distracted, Professor. Are you alright? What was that? Oh, right. I'm fine. If you say so. Oh, look at that. I bet these are the stairs Shipley mentioned. I could have sworn that was Claire. But it couldn't be. Claire. Word has it that the Prime Minister who disappeared 10 years ago is being held up there too. Perhaps the Prime Minister wasn't abducted 10 years ago. Could he have been brought to the future like Luke and me? What if all this talk of time travel is real? Is so, then maybe that was Claire. No, it defies all logic. Claire can't be here after all that awful day. There's no way. Awful day. A woman who looks uncannily like Professor Layton's old sweetheart Claire is wandering around town. Who could she be? Do you suppose that bronze statue depicts some sort of local hero? I'm going to have a quick look. Layton, you have seen shit that defies logic, come on now. I will give him a pass on that, because the man is clearly sentimental right now. Lab scientist, I assume. Accident, I assume. It's possible. It's possible that it was an accident at the lab with some sort of experiment. This I read that already. Oddly similar, wouldn't you say? Say, Professor, the man in this statue has the same hat as yours. So he does. If I'm the man in the statue, does that mean you're the boy there? He doesn't look a thing like me. Oh, there's a description of the statue here. Let's see. Seems our friend here was some sort of famous author. An author, you say, not a professor. Can you imagine if he was? Now that would be quite a coincidence. Let's see what else it says. The fellow used to write big, complicated books, but that all changed because of the boy here. The boy was sick, and to cheer him up, the man wrote an adventure novel for people of all ages. I guess the book was so successful that he went on to write more of them. What a heartwarming story. Oh, but that's not all, Professor. Here, I'll read you the rest. In the end, the little boy was taken by his illness. However, the extraordinary friendship between the author and the boy would remain forever. I can't believe how sad that ending is. There. It's not all bad, my boy. It sounds like the two found true friendship in each other. Some people go through their whole lives without experiencing that. I suppose so. It's still sad though. Look here, it says, in memory of an extraordinary and everlasting friendship. Wouldn't it be wonderful if our friendship grew to those heights? What do you mean if? Our friendship is already extraordinary and everlasting. No, look, I didn't mean to ruffle your feathers. You're right, we are very good friends. You're not upset, are you? Why would you ever be upset? Anyway, we better get going. Oh dear. Oh, this might be the first time that I've seen Luke and Layton in not as great terms. It's official, I am a genius. Just listen to this puzzle I thought up. It's a real gem. Okay. Puzzle number 33. Brothers and sisters. Below are three siblings, A, B, and C. A says, I have one older brother and three younger sisters. B says, I have two older brothers and two younger sisters. And C says, I have three older brothers and one younger sister. For all of their statements to be true, what's the smallest possible number of siblings there can be in the family? At last, an answer. You, sir, prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that every puzzle has an answer. I wouldn't call that a puzzle. I would call that a children's challenge in the back of a cereal box. Excellent work, my good man. Is this really the way to Chinatown? It's awfully dirty and dark. Why the sudden apprehension? Does the place frighten you, my boy? Me? Scared? No way. I just want to get out of here. Let's go. Now look, don't just run off. Be careful, you could slip. Whoa! Ow, ow, ow. Oh dear. Now, what did I just tell you? Professor, are you smiling right now? Smiling? Me? Certainly not. Are you quite alright? I just banged up my knee a little. I'll walk it off. Oh good, I was worried for a moment. Let's go. Hint coin. What about this gentleman right here? Do you have a puzzle for us? Hardy. With a double chin? Or maybe it's just one that is very strange. Hey little man, you ever been so bored you could kneel over? Me too. Like right now. Why are you so bored? Well, mostly because I got nothing to do, but also because I sort of lost my life and now I can't find it. How does one lose one's life? A while back, this guy tells me I can make money hand over fist doing easy work. I was out of a job at the time, so I figure why not, right? Makes sense. Yeah, I think so too, until I realized my sweetheart isn't so sweet, you know. Guy throws me in a dark hole and has me digging all day and all night. I bust my hump 24/7. It sounds like whatever he was paying you, it wasn't worth it. I haven't even gotten to the worst part yet. When I finally finish the job, I head home, right? But everything gets all switched up around while I'm in the hole, and I can't find my family or house. Oh my gosh, maybe you travel through time like we did. Who? What? Where now? I don't really follow you, but I don't know. I've been out here on my own for a while. Only thing I got to pass the time here are these puzzles I do. Yeah? Here, try one. It seems like this fellow here has had quite the really bad experience. You dug a bunch of tunnels, but they turn out as convoluted as an ant farm. You have to connect A to A, B to B, and C to C, and you can't use the same path twice. However, the only way to do this is to make one connection go above the ground. Is this connection A, B, or C? Okay. I have no job, I'm lost, and I'm scared. Solve this puzzle. You just summarized that conversation expertly. I would say it doesn't take you anywhere. Oh, it's C.
This one's as good as solved.
Marvelous.
I knew it!
Good job there, little man. I can tell you're a thinker. You remind me of my son. He thinks he knows everything, but he's a good boy. He used to love it when I'd give him a puzzle to work on. Sure wish I could see this camp. Hint coin. Acquired. Looks like we're on the right track. Here's the river Thames. Indeed, and it looks as majestic as ever. I suppose some parts of London never change even after 10 whole... Hey, that wasn't there before. I see you've noticed it too, look. That has to be the biggest lighthouse I've ever seen, and it sure wasn't there before. It's in almost pristine condition, so it must have been fully built fairly recently. Graham? I'm no one to judge someone by their appearance at first glance, but you don't give quite the trustworthy vibe, as they say. Am I the only one who gets quite the shady dandelion type of appearance from this individual? Hopefully I'm not. Good boy, you two. Isn't the view here positively glorious? Yes, it's quite nice. It's nothing short of breathtaking. Psst, Professor, look at this guy. Do you suppose he could be part of the family? Now you listen, boy. I'm standing right here. If you have something to say it to my face. What's more, I don't appreciate being associated with those traveling dressed ruffians. Look at this suit, boy. Do you see that's stitch work? This was custom made in Italy. Italy, I say. Ever so sorry, sir. I meant no offense. It was foolish of me to think you were part of that bunch. Well, as long as you acknowledge your mistake, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones this once. But just so there's no doubt as to my identity, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands London's most distinguished, dashing, and debonair man. The name is Graham. I would tell you to remember the name, but I know you'll never forget it. Well, perhaps he might not be shady, but he does have an attitude that I am personally not very fond of. Got it, Graham, London's most distinguished, dashing, and I forgot the last part. But I won't forget the name, I promise. What a conversation to be had, that's for sure. No hidden coins around here, it seems. Doesn't seem to be the case. A little bit. Hint coin. Hint coin. Oh, hello there. This man has a forehead and a head. Say, do you happen to know if this is the way to Chinatown? Yeah, this path will take you there, probably. Probably? Haven't you taken this path before? No way. I just got this feeling that something could happen to me down there. Something bad. Like, what if I had a run-in with the family? That will get messy fast. When you have 4K memory. You know, maybe this is what happens when you read a lot of books. Like an ridiculous amount of books. Maybe some people need to do sacrifices in order to remember everything. And maybe your brain gets bigger. Puzzle number 36. Hide a goon and goon seek. Okay. I got a feeling the family's goons might be lurking around here. I didn't want any trouble, so I've hidden in a spot where I can spy on them without being seen. Do me a favor. Will you tell me how many goons there are? Okay. Okay, there's one. I don't know if this individual with a pompador counts as a goon. 2, 3, 4, 6. 7, 8. Oh. 9.
This one's as good as solved.
Marvelous.
Phew, that's a relief.
Simple enough. There are 9 goons creeping about. They just got a Paolo sticker. Hey, you solved my puzzle. Guess you're not part of the family then. They're not too bright, see? Of course not, we're no family goons. I'm Luke and this man here is the famous Professor Layton. Oh, Layton you say? Of course he's not a family goon, he's the head honcho. Help me, somebody! Oops, I forgot how the name Layton tends to scare the socks of people in this time. Yes, it's unfortunate, but people seem to think I'm a criminal. On a more interesting note, do take a look at the ground, Luke. More wet footprints. Interesting. Those footprints must belong to the man who just ran off. Come to think of it, his feet and pants were all wet, but why? It's a bit chilly to be out for a swim, don't you think? Indeed. So, how did he get all wet? I guess we'll find out. Wet clothes. And with that, we have our full, let's say, roster of mysteries to solve. Okay. Of which we've already solved half of them. Interesting. You know, Professor, with all the trees here, this hill is actually kind of creepy. And what an array of mysteries they are, indeed, my friend. What's the matter, Luke? Are you afraid of bumping into a ghost? Come on, Professor, I know you would never believe in something so unscientific. Evil Layton, mysterious woman, and wet clothes. Unscientific, you say? Yeah, there's no proof that ghosts exist, nothing based on a fact anyway. And as a man of science, naturally, you don't fear something as silly as ghosts, right? Well, maybe just a little. Ah, look. Hint coin. Oh, a hidden puzzle. I spy with my little eye a hidden puzzle. Puzzle 147. I forgot how many there were here. I don't know why they think Layton is evil. He hasn't framed Jack the Ripper in years. Yeah, I guess that kind of situation has been solved. Yeah, we just went from 33 to 147, which is interesting to say the least. You want to lay one of the 5 types of paving stones below around your garden without their overlapping each other, or any of the 4 white flower bushes. You can rotate the stones, but they can't be flipped. Which one should you use? A, B, C, D, or E? Tap your answer. Okay, using only one type. You know, for puzzle number 147, this is incredibly simple. Deceivingly simple.
Here's my answer. No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
Correct. Zone E. If you see all the... you could just form L shapes with all the spaces. Paving the garden. Let's continue. Huh? I can't stop looking at this curious flower and the strange little insects zipping around it. Also, welcome to the stream, Val. Hopefully you're doing well, my friend. Hey there, you two. You got a lost look about you. Do you know where you are? I confess we do not. This is our first time passing through here. Listen, I could be wrong, but it looks like you two were a couple of upstanding citizens. I'm a nice fella, so I'll call you two in. You're standing right on top of the Black Market Bazaar. A black market? Wow. Wow is right, kid. We sell a lot of weird stuff out here. And no one questions where it comes from. If it was me in those shiny loafers of yours, I'd keep my head down and vamoose as quick as I can. Yes, that seems prudent. Before we go though, tell me, why do people come all the way out here to do their shopping? Listen kid, the things for sale here, well, let's just say you won't find them in the supermarket. But come to the bazaar, and who can say what treasures you'll find? So, you deal in antiques and other rare items? I think we've asked enough questions for one day, look. Let's move on, shall we? You two be careful. Oh, and if you're ever in the market for something hard to locate, swing by. We will not. What is that thing? Oh, hello there. That is a stretched looking cat. But a cat nonetheless. Come on, Yellow. You're reading all the dialogues. Meow. Meow. Layton, quickly trying to help maintain Luke's innocence. Poor child. There's a strange looking cat outside. What's he saying, Luke? He says he's in a bit of a jam, Professor. Also number 37. Cat romance? I've seen that video and it's you gotta meow. I am a panda. I am no expert on feline noises, but I hope the noise that I had to do was satisfying enough for you people. You gotta put your heart into it. Meow. This is embarrassing. This tomcat is trying to meet up with his sweetheart. That cat has quite the eyelashes on her. However, the dogs on the squares with X's can smell a cat up to 3 squares away and chase him off. They can't, however, smell a cat through a wall. Which entrance, A, B, C, or D, should the tomcat take to be reunited with his lady friend? I'm gonna assume it's... No, this is not gonna work. first place? Well, he's cleared quite a few tough cases. Maybe his celebrity status got him invited. Yes, I'd assume the same thing. After all, pseudo-celebrity status is what got you and me our tickets. Pseudo-celebrities? Nonsense! You're the great Professor Layton! The very model of a modern-day English gentleman. I hate to say it, Luke, but I think you're the only one who'd heap that kind of praise on me. From what I saw, almost everyone there was part of London's upper class or the media. The inspector and I were clear exceptions to an otherwise homogeneous list of names. So the question looms before us: why did Dr. Stangon, whoever he is, invited the inspector and me? What I wouldn't give to hear the inspector's take on the event. Yeah, it's too bad we'd have to go back to our own time to ask him. Wait a second, what if the inspector is still working here in the future? Professor, there you are. The question arises as to where you were all this time, and did you find a solid answer to the question of can we enter Chinatown and live safely? Oh, hello, Luke. I couldn't help but overhear you as I ran up. Did you say you'd like to meet with the inspector? Yes. Ideally, we would meet him back in our time while the events of 10 years ago are still fresh. I think we can make that happen. But how? Let's continue this conversation away from prying eyes, shall we? Why don't we head over to the wooden area to the west? Okay, can we enter anywhere else here? A hint coin and a hidden puzzle. 153, which really makes me wonder how many puzzles are in this game. Okay. The green frame and 6 orange blocks below are all composed of identical equilateral triangles. The frame can be perfectly filled using 5 of the 6 blocks. The blocks can be flipped and rotated in any direction to fit into the frame. Circle the one block that isn't used. Oh, welcome to the stream, CJ. Hopefully your day has been going well. It's number 2. much. I'm currently eating, but I'm also going down a rabbit hole of Japanese dub Power Rangers, not Super Sentai. That does sound interesting. A show gets imported from Japan to the rest of the world, and then that show gets imported back to Japan. That is interesting, and that is something that happens quite often. Actually, I don't know if people here have heard of Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, which is the English adaptation of Kamen Rider Ryuki from 2003. That show tells its own story, aside from adapting some of the series using the footage from the original show. But it's also considered its own alternative to Ryuki if you didn't like that season. And it was imported back to Japan as a new, completely different season. That shouldn't be a problem. I can get the door open for you. Strange. Why is it you have such an easy access to the wormhole? I promise I'll explain everything when we get there. Please trust me on this. Future Luke seems more and more suspicious the more we interact with him personally. But for now, let's return to the clock shop on Midland Road. But what about our plan to head into Chinatown? That will have to go to the back burner for now. The situation has changed. It's a shame that after all of that trouble, we didn't get to go into Chinatown. But this will safely take us to Chapter 4, back to the present. So we can travel back and forth between timelines? Say, when was that lighthouse on the Thames bill? About 5 years or so ago. Did anyone complain about the lighthouse peculiar location? Building a structure like that in the middle of the Thames seems like it'd do more harm than good. You make a good point, Professor, but enough chat about the city. We need to make for the clock shop. He's not wanting to answer our questions. Oh, thank goodness you stopped. The most devoted gentleman in London requires your assistance. Okay? What's the matter? It's that blasted bird over there. The dreadful creature swooped down and plucked my best cufflinks right off the sleeves. What bird? Oh, it's the... Huh. Okay. Oh, that must be the bird this fellow was talking about. A parrot. Don't just stand there gaping. Grab the awful thing before he gets away. You may not have noticed, sir, but we're in a bit of a hurry here. Listen to yourself, Luke. Don't you remember what the professor always says? Helping people in need is the duty of every gentleman. I suppose you got me there. Very well then, let's think. This bird clearly likes shiny objects. Tell me, sir, do you have anything shiny we could borrow for a moment? Of course, what sort of gentleman would I be without the proper accoutrement? Here, I carry around this garnet for when I need to accessorize with a little flash. Oh dear. What's wrong? Curses! My garnet has fallen to the bottom of my bag, and I can't reach it. You're not making it very easy to help you, sir. Puzzle number 38. Clutter bag. Okay. A sliding puzzle. It's almost like we are back now. Allow me to drink some water. It's been quite a lot of dialogue. You love Kid Icarus? Okay. Quite the strange amount of possessions this gentleman has in his bag. But no matter. There's not much we can move here. Aside from the T-shaped block here. Which perhaps will allow us to move. That looks like has enough space for this block to go here. I doubt this is gonna be enough space. Let's restart that. Perhaps if we move it like this, that gives the garnet a little bit more breathing room. Perhaps if we move the garnet right here, as it's blending in as part of a block. What if... Oh, okay. Interesting. But what now? Wait a second. Simple as that.
This puzzle has met its match.
Marvelous.
Puzzling? I think not.
Aha, there we are. And also, it's not the first time we've seen the future look animation for solving a puzzle. Interesting. There we are. With any luck, this flashy bubble will attract the feathery fellow. When he gets close, see if you can make friends. Leave it to me. I feel like this was the second time. I could be wrong too, honestly. But it's a treat to see other characters doing those animations. I wish I could have my own of those. Right then, here goes. If you're expecting me to do a parrot noise because I'm reading all of the dialogue, well, you're sorely mistaken, my friend. Here it comes. You could definitely do it. I do not doubt your voice acting powers. Bird noises. Don't worry, little guy. We won't hurt you. Bird noises. You don't say. Say, that bird seems pretty keen on you. Are you friends now? Of course. Now that you're friends, why don't you give him a name? That's a great idea, Professor, but what should I name him? Oh, we get to name the parrot. Does anyone in chat have any suggestions to give our dear friend here a name? I do have some suggestions, but I want to hear everybody's options. Named him after a philosopher, of course. Monty. Squabilly. Perhaps we can combine all three of them. But we have quite the limited space here. I'm just thinking about the Monty Python parrot sketch. Socrates is an easy one. That is true. And quite fitting for a bird. Yellow, can I take this one? Sure. Okay. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna combine all the ideas that you guys threw. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was going for, Neff. Glad to see we share the same freaking brain cell, guy. Hell yeah. And it just fits. I don't know how to feel about this. But, I guess we will have to go with that then. Squacrates. It's talking. Hello, hello, nice to meet you. I'm Squacrates. Hello, back at you. I'm Luke. Nice to meet you too, Squacrates. Well done, Luke. That was amazing. Of course. What else would you expect from the apprentice of the great Professor Layton? Wait a second. Did future Luke lost his ability to talk to animals? Are you Luke? Why is this impressive to you? Yeah. We've noticed quite a lot of red flags before, but this one is crimson. The parrot minigame has it added into the trunk. So we can interact with the little guy now. You have a new feather friend, Squacrates the parrot. The parrot minigame has been added to the trunk. First, have the parrot play with Luke to learn the basics. Once you've done that, you'll have the chance to do lots more with the parrot pal. We've done nothing to confirm his identity at all. Since this is an alternate timeline, it's possible he just never had the ability to talk to animals. Timelines do seem to change everything, or certain aspects. Thank heavens you caught that feathery menace. What fine young men you two are. Keep at it, and one day you may well each become a true gentleman like myself. We're glad we could help. Here you go. I believe these cufflinks and garnet are yours. Oh yes, there we are. With this on, I'm even more devastatingly handsome than before. Now I believe you two young men deserve something for your trouble. Oh, there's really no need, sir. Yes, it's right. Helping people is a reward enough for any gentleman. So he dodged talking about the lighthouse for some reason after all. That is true. Also, perhaps might be a little bit hard to see, but you can see little pixelated sprites of everyone in the party right now, including Layton, Luke, future Luke, and Squacrates. On the top screen. Bloated chin. Sure wish I could find my way back home. It'd be nice to see a family again. Well, our friend Punch mentioned that a chin like that could use a bra. Although wearing a bra on your face, it's doesn't sound comfortable. What about fake Layton? So fierce is my guard that no one dares cross my path when I'm on the lookout. Unfortunately, he also leaves me with nothing to do. I guess it's time to think of another puzzle. Welcome to the stream, Lucy. Hopefully your day has been going well. Because you deserve it, my dear friend. He's a bald-chinned man from Men in Black. Well, I could definitely see the resemblance. But, interesting. Seems like there's no hidden puzzle this time around, but we did find a hint coin, which hopefully it will remain unused. Not to put myself on a pedestal, but I have quite a lot of faith on my puzzle solving skills. One day, I'm going to become a professor of puzzleology, and then you will fear me. Good luck with that, Mr. Timmy Turner Teeth. Let's take the path on the left up here. The left? Will that way take us back to the Milan Road as well? It will. I need half the time. Okay. Oh. Who is this gentleman? Huh. Your choice of beard and hairstyle in general seems like it would be quite the challenge to take care of. Yeah, quite the interestingly shaped man here with seemingly a very wide neck. I see you staring at me. What do you need, boy? Oh, nothing, sir. I just saw you there and I thought I'd say hello. You got some guts approaching me. It makes me laugh. It's been a while since I had myself a chuckle like that. Let me thank you with a puzzle. Oh, he's thin too. Okay. Okay, code confusion. Okay, the four children below were playing in a park when they suddenly realized they needed to go home. In their haste, however, they mixed up their coats. A says, I forgot my coat. B says, hey, A's name is written in this coat. C says, wait a minute, I didn't even bring my coat today, but I'm wearing one now. And D says, this definitely isn't my coat. So, who's wearing D's coat? Oh, okay. Let's see.
This one's as good as solved.
Marvelous.
No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
Simple enough if you follow the order of the statements. Let the puzzle be a lesson to you. If you're careless with your things, you can lose them. Here, take this. I found it over there. You must have left it behind last time you were here. A sticker. I bet the view from the observation deck is out of this world. It does have quite the view, but we don't have time to stop right now. To the clock shop. Middle Run is just on the other side of that door. I'll run ahead and open it. Hey, the door is locked. Locked? That can't be. Step aside, little Luke. I'll get it open. Strange. It is locked. Look here, you two. There's an unusual set of numbers embedded in the door. Okay. Missing tiles. To open the door, place 4 number tiles on the blank spaces so that all the conditions set forth by the equation are fulfilled. Okay. So we just move these blocks around. So, tile number 1 times tile number 2 has to equal a number that, when added to another number, gives... Okay. Okay, that number has to then add up to the equation below. Okay. Quite the math puzzle here. And we can only use the tiles we have over here. Okay. Okay. So... So choosing blindly would be the wrong course of action here. So maybe it will be better. What if 2 times 3 and the other side at 6? Yes, there we go. 2 times 3 is 6, 1 plus 5 is 6 as well. Okay, and in the one below also, if you... and the one below, 2 plus 3 is 5, which is the same as 1 times 5. All the equations above have 6 as the result, and all the equations below have 5 as the result, so...
Allow me to present my solution.
Marvelous.
Success!
Perfect. There we go. That was a tricky one. Wonderful work, Big Luke. I think it's a little early for congratulations, Professor. There's still one open. If the puzzle wasn't keeping the door shut, what is? Well, I suppose it's time for Plan B. It might seem like too simple as a solution, but would you two help me shove this door? Certainly. It seems we've run out of other options anyway. So, the option of just... pushing the door a little harder was in the table, and we had to do a math puzzle. Well, I guess we can solve the violence for the last resort. Ready, everyone? All together on 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. That is certainly a simpler solution to solving a complicated math puzzle. Oh. Oh, it seems like we just knocked down a citizen. Who's that sprawled on the street? It's hard to believe, but this fellow must have fallen asleep against the door. This just goes to show that every puzzle has an answer, even if that answer is just brute force. Well, think fast, Professor, because that answer is coming right at us and he looks mad. Hey, why'd you kick down my napping door? Not only did it hurt, but you woke me up. We are terribly sorry, sir. Please understand we had no idea you were there. Oh, didn't realize it was you. Look, forget I saw anything. I'm feeling kinda queasy. So I'm just going to go head home now. I seem to have driven that poor man off again. I wouldn't fret over it too much, Professor. Besides, we need to keep moving towards the clock shop. We're just about there. Did you happen to notice that old flower glowing in the abandoned shop in the southern Midland Road? It's funny to see what happens when they solve puzzles and nothing changes. Indeed, that happens sometimes, and it's always entertaining to see. No, I can't say I have. What's so strange about that particular flower? Supposedly, it attracts puzzles that have disappeared from their original location. Like a Venus flytrap for puzzles? That's what the rumors say. Anyway, I've never actually seen it for myself, but if those rumors are true, we'll have the ability to retrieve any puzzles we've left behind. That is basically explaining the mechanic, like if you miss any hidden puzzles and you want to go for an 100% completion rate in your save file, that is still a possibility. What do you say, Professor? What do we have to lose? The shop in question is just a quick stroll away, and being able to visit lost puzzles would be very useful. Then what's stopping us? Let's go. Oh yeah. Oh, this was not the one. Oh, hint coin. That is indeed useful. Any more hint coins around this location? There it is.
Watch out, Professor. There's a bee over there.
Now, Luke, I'm sure he won't hurt us, as long as we don't bother him.
That bee is wearing quite the fancy suit.
If you say so.
You know, I've never seen a bee quite like this. Can you try talking to him, Luke?
I suppose I can give it a shot.
Well, look at Mr. Tall out here. Clearly he knows a bee of distinction when he sees one.
That is not the voice I was expecting from that bee. You can't believe it? Ah, my friend, please.
Wow, you're not like any bee I've ever met.
For a moment here, I thought you were also gonna contribute to the bee puns, but you've been working, it's actually a sentence. I hope work is going well to you. I genuinely wish you the best of luck. He's gone full British.
Isn't that what I just said? Well, it's true. I'm no run of the IFB, but I do try to blend in.
Okay. How's the posse? Pretty well, I'll say. Hopefully that won't be taken out of context. Unbelievable pun.
You'd probably have better luck blending in if you didn't talk.
You could say you've been quite the busy bee show. I do have some puns of my own. But I truly hope that work is going well for you as well, my friend.
Sure, whatever you say, smart guy. But listen, I've got something you should hear.
You've been trying? Oh.
You know those puzzles you don't get around to solving? Well, they all come hang out with me. You see, I have what you might call one of them magnetic personalities.
Okay.
Wait, are you saying you've got the same job as Granny Riddleton?
Granny who? I don't know no grannies. But my name is Beasley. I'm gonna tell you how to peruse those puzzles now, so listen good.
Please stop, these puns are stinging me. It just never ends. There was a time where we were referred to as Panda. You could say it's been a while since we've done some puns. Cyan, not you two. Please.
I'm all ears.
Tap that flower over there to see a list of all the puzzles I've got. It's as simple as that.
Something we should see? Okay.
So anytime you get a craving to solve some of the puzzles you left behind, come here.
Okay.
Did that all make sense? Because people tell me I do tend to drone on. Get it? Drone?
Please.
It makes perfect sense.
All right then. You have fun with those puzzles, and I'll be here if you need me.
Wearing black and yellow like a bee. Oh my god. You know what? I'll let you have that one. They are my favorite colors. Black and yellow, black and yellow. If you leave too many puzzles around unsolved, it can come back to sting you later.
So don't just stand there with your mouth hanging open. Tap that flower and get solving.
Okay. There are currently no puzzles here to solve. Okay. So we're fine. All that was for nothing. No earworms, bees only. Hey Serval, welcome to the stream, dear friend. Hopefully you're doing well and your trip has gone fantastic. Everybody, whenever Serval presents himself, it is tradition around here to greet him with the cool cat emoji, or any cat-related emojis that you may have. That one works. Hey Yellow, I missed y'all. You've been missed too. Watch out, you guys. Can't you see you're standing in the middle of a construction site? It's good to see that construction appears to be moving along. If only that were the case. See, we hit a snag. Look at these boards here. Those are an old shape. What are you using for them? Nothing right now. I got cases of these things. But I can't work with them. I need square boards, see? What's a guy gonna do? Okay, puzzle number 43. Making the cut. Okay. Basically, we need to make a square out of this. This is easy. Yeah. It's pretty much the shape.
That should do the trick.
Marvelous.
Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
As you can see, the puzzles can vary in difficulty as we move along. Hey, look at that! One cut and you got scoreboards now. Thanks for the idea, friend. Now, there's the shop. The door was locked earlier and no one would answer it when we knocked. That's because you didn't know the secret knock. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go on, try the door now. Okay, that seemed to work. It doesn't look like anyone's here. Oh. Well, look who's back. What are you doing hiding there? I see you learned the secret knock theory. Actually, it was I who did the knocking, Spring. Is Cog around? There you are, Luke. Cog's in the back room. Oh, are you friends with the owners of the clock shop, Luke? I suppose I neglected to mention that earlier. As you did many facts about yourself that would confirm or negate your identity. Cog actually explains the situation better than I do, so you should ask him about it. Alright, let's hear what he has to say. I thought I heard voices up front. Nice to see you again, Professor, and Look, the Professor's apprentice. Yes, Luke, of course. Cog, would you mind talking a bit about the wormhole and how it all started? I think it would help get everyone on the same page. It'd be my pleasure. You there, Luke, are the smaller Luke, that is. Yes? Tell me, boy, what does this contraption behind me look like to you? A big old clock. Right you are. By my estimates, this clock is well over 100 years old. The old gal needs a lot of TLC to keep chugging along, so I spent quite a bit of time on maintenance. I was right in the middle of oiling up her gears one day when two family guns busted in. Here we go. This has got to be the place the boss was talking about. Also, if your chin extends way far past where your cranium stops, you may need to see a doctor. For sure. Hey boss, there's a big clock here. Just like you said, it's a real antique. Come over and see. Just what do you think you're doing barging into my shop? And get your hands off my clock. Can it, Grumps? You don't get to tell us what to do. Don't you know who you're dealing with? Dude must catch a lot of rain with that kind of mouth. That is possible. And don't get me started on the guy with a freaking 20 forehead. Yeah, a bunch of blockheads who won't leave my shop. Never trust a huge forehead man and a long chin man. He's perfect for digging holes. Well, that is one utility that he could give it. If I were you, I'd keep a civil tongue in my head, old man. Now, out of the way, we got a schedule to keep. What are you cons putzing around for? Get to work. If we don't hurry, things won't be ready by the time you know who talked about. Sorry, Bostro. We're trying our best, but Grumps here is making things difficult. Don't be a lunkhead. You know how to deal with difficult. Throw him out on the street. Let me go, you dirtbags. We're just gonna go for a little walk, Grumps. That's okay with you, isn't it? You keep your filthy hands off my clock, you hear me? We're just about on schedule. But we have to wait to turn this thing on until the exact time the big guy mentioned. That's all I heard before those brutes tossed me out of my own shop. The mist sound effects again. Well, they are both puzzle games after all, so it does make sense. Also, allow me to hydrate myself. It's been quite a lot of dialogue. Ah, much better. That is much better. Thank you very much for this stretch redeem, Serval. Much better. I think the idea was to use it to create some kind of wormhole or warp point. But how did they manage to do that? Beats me. It was all mumbo jumbo, something about opening up a vortex in the flow of time. Anyway, for whatever reason, the plan didn't go exactly as they anticipated. I see. And somehow this hole in time manifested itself in or near this clock of yours. That be the case, yes. The clock has been here ticking away for over 100 years. My guess is that something about the clock's age caused the warp point to gravitate to this spot. Yep, the wormhole or whatever it's called was pulled here and became a part of my clock. The thing is, I'm the only one who can keep that old gal running. Which means, like it or not, Spring and I are the only people who can open and close this wormhole. That's really strange. It's a burden is what it is. Once the family found out about what I could do, they forced me to work on the clock for them. After a while, I caught wind of Cog's situation. I'm sure it goes without saying, but Cog isn't part of the family. In fact, the family has been nothing but a source of trouble for poor Cog. It sure sounds that way. Knowing that, I approached Cog and Spring and explained my idea to them. After getting them on board with my idea, Cog fired up the machine and helped me get my message to you. And upon receiving your letter, my curiosity took myself a look on a journey that led us here. That's quite the plan, you drummed up look. Thank you, but it's about to get even more interesting. Oh? Professor, with Cog's help, we can send you a little look back to your own time. You'll be able to ask Inspector Shelmy all the questions you want. But when you're done chatting, you will come back to put a stop to what's going on here, won't you? Look, you all people should know the answer to that question. I keep my promises, and I intend to solve the problem here. It's what a gentleman would do. Thank you, Professor. That was exactly the answer I was hoping for. Well, I wouldn't dream of leaving things here as in this state. You said it yourself, Big Luke. The only one who can stop Herschel Layton is Herschel Layton himself. Quite right. My apologies. I should have never doubted you. Let me see. Since you solved at least 30 puzzles, yep, you've done enough research to take your investigation back to your own time. Hopefully you'll learn something there that will help us fix the terrible situation in our time. Yes, I hope so too. Now, Cog, if you would be so kind as to fire up the clock. I hope you'll understand if I stay here. I don't want to risk distorting the events of the past any more than necessary. I agree completely. Hopefully this meeting did not distort anything in the timeline. When we're dealing with time travel, it's not certain what things or actions will affect anything in the timeline. That seems like you didn't solve enough puzzles to progress point from that dialogue. Yeah, Professor Layton games usually do that. There's certain story points where you need to solve a certain amount of puzzles to continue. Besides, the poor inspector's eyes might very well pop out of his head if I showed up with 2 looks. It's mostly to make to test your abilities as a puzzle-solving individual. A test of wits, if you will. Okay, she's all ready to go. Let's get this show on the road. It seems like we're going back in time. Here we are. I feel sick. Are you going to be alright, Luke? You're positively green. A test of your mental reflexes, pretty much. I feel sort of seasick. My ears are all stuffy and the ground feels like it's made of marshmallow. Yep, that'd be the time sickness talking. The first jump I made, I felt the same way. Well, Cog, we're going to head off now and see what we can find out. Sounds good. I'll be here waiting for you. Just use that special knock and I'll let you in. Neff, I heard you managed to fit a Xenos reference in here. Oh, so that... What Neff just said was a reference to something? Why'd you solve that puzzle? To test my limits of my abilities. Even later, maybe. Oh, it's a Final Fantasy reference. I must confess that I am not knowledgeable in the slightest when it comes to that franchise in particular, so you must apologize. I must apologize for my ignorance in the subject matter. Yep, that'll be a pain, alright? Now, you two should skedaddle. I like to get home in time for dinner. There's no doubt about it, Professor. We're back in our time. The surroundings are certainly do seem familiar. You know, all this time travel has really worn me out. Yes, I could do with a rest myself, but we mustn't keep Cog waiting. You're right, so shall we go find Inspector Shelmy? That will be your second stop. First, I'd like to run by my office at the university. So, we are taking a break. Not quite. I need to do a little prep work for our session with Inspector Shelmy. Preparation, my boy, is the foundation upon which every good investigation is built. Right you are, Professor. Now that we're back in our own time, we can reach the university by bus in a matter of minutes. Let's go, Luke. Huh? Station? What are you doing here? And how are you doing, young fellow? Oh, hello there. Nice to see you again. Again? What's this again business? Thank you very much for the water, Redeem Serval. Two references in a row. Quite fond of that game in particular, I imagine. I just thought I'd give you some advice is all. Alright, shoot. Not many folks know this, but when you solve puzzles, you can earn these. Oh, if you're gonna talk about picarats, we already know all about them. Oh. Oh, is that so? Well, big deal. It's not all that great a secret anyhow. Okay, well, thank you. We should really go now. We got a lot to do. Stanchion is stuck in chapter 1. Not even chapter 1. This guy's stuck in the prologue. Wait, let's just run off like that. I have, a puzzle. Yes, that's right. I have a puzzle for you. Puzzle number 44. Okay. To find the clock tower in the village below, just follow these directions. Go straight and take the first left. Take the next right and then the next left, and it will be right in front of you. Okay. From A to H. So A, we assume it's our starting point. Go straight and take the first left. Take the next right and then the next left, and it will be right in front of you. Is it H?
This one's as good as solved.
Marvelous.
No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
You were faster this time, that is correct. Which is a very interesting comment to make when I told you that comparing yourself to others is not a nice thing to do. Unless you are comparing yourself to yourself. And you're saying that the faster this time is in regards to your own abilities. Which in any case, comparing yourself to yourself and acknowledging the progress that you've done is more than healthy, and I encourage it even. So, if that was the case, congratulations. I'm just teasing you, Sverry. You did amazing. How was that for a fun puzzle? Is it your top 10, yeah? It was okay, I guess. What? Just okay? Oh, I get it. You're playing it cool. You don't want to let on that my puzzle rocketed your socks off. You might be thinking too hard about this. Poor Stanchion. Head to the university. Oh my god. It's this mister. Hi there, small fry. What can I do for you? I noticed there's a bus stop up ahead. London still has bus service, doesn't it? Of course, we got more buses that you can shake a stick at. What an odd question to ask. Excellent. Did you hear that, Professor? London's buses still run. I heard, Luke. Your exuberance is appreciated, but we don't want to unsettle our friend here. Jeez, I never seen someone get so jazzed about riding the bus. Well, if you like buses, you're going to love this little number. How many people? I was riding a double-decker bus, and the tour guide on the upper level told me that, including myself, there were 25 tourists in the lower level and 40% as many tourists as the upper level. How many people total were in the bus? Have you heard of the trolley problem, kid? Oh god. We want to maintain... Looks innocent here. Okay, so... In that case, you would have 37 people on board? Because including the person talking, there's 25. Okay, and in the upper level, there's 40%, which would be roughly 10 people? And counting the guide and the driver, in total, that would give us 37 people.
Here's my answer.
Marvelous.
I knew it!
There we go. You know, I'm a bus aficionado myself. My favorites are the double-deckers around town. What an interesting fellow. Let's make our way back to my office. Now, which bus goes to Crescent Heller University? Gonna run off to my own stream. It might be short because of my messed up sleep schedule. That is more than okay, Severi. Please make sure to rest. Take as much of a rest as you need. Don't push yourself too hard because, of course, everybody deserves a break. But I'm sure you'll do amazing, Severi. Take care, babe. Best of luck in your stream. See, even Cyan is supporting you here. Sleeping yesterday during my usual active time was not a smart move. I can imagine. But yeah. Let's go. I have to admit that I've gotten a bit turned around with all this time traveling. What are we investigating now? Oh, feeling a bit discombobulated, my boy? I can hardly blame you. It's also not every day that I travel to the future and meet my adult self. I could do with a bit of a review on our case as it currently stands. Very well. Let's see if we can bring you up to speed. Alright. Do you remember why Big Luke called us to the future? To stop the evil Professor Layton, right? And what exactly are we stopping my future self from doing? Alright, we wanted to stop him from completing his time machine research. Precisely. Which is exactly why you and I were headed to Chinatown. Oh yes, now it's all coming back to me. But then we failed to get into Chinatown. It was at that point you started talking about asking Inspector some questions. Yes, but at that time I had no idea we'd be able to jump back to our own time and question him. In that sense, it seems we got pretty lucky, huh? Perhaps. Perhaps, it sounds like something isn't sitting right with you. Is something bothering you? Indeed, and that's something we've come to investigate. Oh, we just about reached our stop. We'll run by my office, and then it's off to see the inspector. Chapter 5: The Forgotten Case. I need to stop by my office and check something. After that, we'll go find Inspector Chelmy. There you are, Professor. I see you canceled lecture again this week. Let me guess, are you investigating another strange mystery? It seems like, yeah, he's called Professor Layton for a reason. This man is a teacher, after all. At a university. And it seems, judging from this dialogue, that all of these adventures that he goes on require canceling class. Hello, Rosetta. Yes, something rather pressing has come up. Looks like Layton is also feeling like this case is pretty off. Yes, indeed. But I'll be sure to hold a makeup session later. Oh, no worries, Mr. L. As long as I get my credits, I'm not sweating it. Now, what kind of attitude is that to have, Rosetta? If you want those credits, you have to earn them. And as your paper is one of the stone relics of Cornwall, I'd say you have your work cut out for you. As your advisor, I insist that you check in with me weekly until your paper's shaped up. I didn't mean to imply I wasn't interested in the work. I am very much looking forward to our session together. Not every girl has the privilege of receiving private instructions from the great Professor Layton. Okay. What I meant to say is that you should check in during office hours. Oh, you don't have to tell me twice, Professor. I'll see you next week. Don't wink at the camera. Just like Indiana Jones. Huh. You know, I never thought about it, but that might be actually a very accurate comparison. Wears a hat, goes in crazy adventures, he has always an assistant, and his students are crazy for him. Huh. Okay. Nonsense, my boy. I'm sure it's all in your head. You can't fool me. Did you see the look she gave you? She's a man-eater, whatever that means. Oh dear. Hey, aren't you the girl we bumped into at the demonstration? Why are you here? Huh, as you may recall, last week's demonstration experienced a few hiccups. The ladies are down to get LAYTONed. The man has a daughter in one of the future games. She has her own spin-off title. So, it is canonical that Layton has had sexual relationships at one point in time. Looks innocent, yeah. When the dust settled, management decided it would be best to cut me loose. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, excuse me, I don't believe I properly introduced myself yet. Please, sir, don't bother. Dean DeMolna filled me in. It's an honor to meet you, Professor Layton. I've actually been holding on to a puzzle just in case you happen to come by. Care to hear it? Puzzle number 47. The Shady Trio. Okay, each member of a shady trio was dressed in red, white, and green. However, none of their outfits were the same. Here's what the witness had to say about them. The men wore the same colored jackets. Two of them had white pants on. The larger man wore a white hat. The woman's jacket was green. Tap the trio's clothes and change the colors to match the eyewitness report. Okay, so you can just click them around and we'll get our result. Okay. The men wore the same colored jackets. Two of them had white pants on. The larger man wore a white hat. The woman's jacket was green. Okay. The woman's jacket was green. The large man wore a white hat. That quota is already completed. Same colored jackets. Two of them had white pants on. Hmm. Hmm. So, as for the hats. Okay. As for the woman, there you go. They're all wearing red, white, and green.
Let's see if I've got this right.
Marvelous.
Well, that's settled.
Simply beautiful work, sir. Thank you so much for indulging me. Not at all. I quite enjoyed myself. Red, white, and green. They're either Italians or Mexicans. What happens if we talk to her again? You're always off chasing some mystery, aren't you, Mr. L? Just more teasing. Herschel, my boy, I've been looking for you. Hello, sir. Didn't you receive my notice that I was on holiday? Oh, yes, everything is in order there. It's something else that I needed your help with. In that case, please tell me how I can be of assistance to you, sir. Lean in a bit, my boy. What I'm about to ask you, well, I wouldn't like anyone else to hear it. The thing is, I have a puzzle simply I can't work through on my own. My darling granddaughter brought it to me, but I can't for the life of me solve the blasted thing. I can see how that could be quite vexing. Vexing is putting it politely. It's hard to feel like the king of your castle when you can't even solve your grandchild's puzzle. It's a rather serious issue for me, Herschel. It certainly sounds that way, sir. Yes. So I take it I can count on you to help me work through this thing? But of course. Puzzle number 1 out of 1,000. Okay. Here are some matchsticks that spelled out 100 M or 100 million, perhaps. Move one of the matches into the garbage to display a length that is 1 out of 1,000 of that size. Okay, you can spin them around too, it seems. Okay. It's 100 meters. Okay. This is very clever, actually. If we just remove this one right here. What's that spell? 10 centimeters.
Let's see if I've got this right.
Marvelous.
Just as I suspected.
Mm-hmm. I love classic LAYTON misdirection, with solutions so simple. The infamous matchstick puzzle, I've heard of this one. They are very fun. They are some of the more creative ones. Oh, that said, my granddaughter is going to flip when she hears how clever her granddad is. I'm glad I could help you with your predicament, sir. Likewise. By the way, Herschel, I do have one more small favor to ask of you. Certainly. Let's keep the fact that you helped me with this puzzle between you and me and the wall, shall we? Of course, after all, you've a reputation to maintain with your granddaughter. It will be our secret. Oh, perceptive as always. And what about you there, young man? Can you keep a secret? Of course, my lips are sealed, sir. Splendid. For that, you have my thanks. One last thing, Herschel. There's a young lady in your office. She said she's waiting for you. I see. Is that gonna be Flora? We haven't... You must be talking about... Yeah, there you go. We haven't seen her all game. hopefully this will be her chance to do something.
Oh, hi there, Flora. You two have got some nerve leaving me alone while you go off on another adventure.
That is what I'm saying. Professor Layton, it's many things, but maybe not the greatest father figure.
Now, Flora, you know that wasn't our intention at all. While we were out investigating one issue, an even more troublesome matter arose.
What kind of troublesome matter? We couldn't have seen it coming, Flora. Honest. Really? Of course, we wouldn't have left you behind on purpose.
Luke is quite right. Do forgive us for our oversight.
Well, okay. Just this once. But you two had better not leave me alone again.
Of course not.
What's done is done, so I guess there's no point in me stewing over it. You two must be awfully tired from all that running around. Not leaving you behind on accident? We do that a lot. They do. They truly do. And it's honestly quite a shame because after the first game, they give you the... It's implied that Flora is gonna be part of the team, but she gets completely abandoned in the second one, and here this is the first time she showed up. I just made a pot of tea. I'll go fetch it. Did you just make a promise to Flora? I believe I may have, and unfortunately this is one promise I fear I may have to break. Professor, that's terrible, not to mention very unlike you to go back on your word. Well, I didn't see you doing anything to dissuade the poor girl from coming with us. Besides, you know our current case is fraught with danger. I don't want her to get hurt. Anyway, we need to finish our work here so we can the inspector. We'd best move quickly. I suppose you're right, Professor. Alright then, what are we looking for here? So, the professor doesn't want to endanger a child. So what does that make of Luke then? Somewhere in my office is a leather-bound notebook with a yellow knot sticking out of it. Do you think you can help me find it? Hey, Professor, I'm on the case. Young lady, protect Luke, get into the furnace and restart the CD heater. A true gentleman should have a spare hat at all times. This is the novel you were talking about? Why, yes it is. Let's see, information concerning the explosion at the Institute of Polydimensional Research. Did you put this notebook together, Professor? Luke is already involved in the case. That is true. We met literally his future self, or what we assume is his future self. We're still not 100% convinced about this fact. If it even is a fact. Well, you weren't kidding. Most of the pages have been torn out. It's been a while since I opened it last time. Let me see. At least the newspaper clippings are intact. When exactly are all these articles from, Professor? Let's play more on the bus. For now, we need to get out of here before Flora returns. Voila, I thought you might be hungry, so I made little cucumbers and... Oh dear, where did they go? I do not like that leaving Flora behind, it's now a punchline. I am not a fan of that, honestly. About the notebook we picked up at your office, Professor. What exactly what explosion were you researching? It all happened several years ago when you were very small. Two scientists working in a physics lab unwittingly caused an explosion during an experiment. Could this be what happened to Claire? I feel like that would make sense. The explosion devastated the surrounding area. That must have been all over the news. You'd think so, wouldn't you? However, though many perished in the blast, few records of the accident remain. What happened? That's something I'm still trying to figure out for myself. But answer me this, look. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear of an explosion? The explosion of Dr. Stagan's time machine, of course. That was my first thought as well. I have a strong suspicion that these two incidents are connected. Why is that? Well, it's nothing more than a hunch, so I really can't say more right now. Oh, Professor, this is our stop. Here we are at Scotland Yard. There's no time to waste. We need to find the inspector. I wonder what would happen if we went back to the office. Welcome to Scotland Yard, headquarters of the London Police. How may I be of service to you? That man has quite the sizable chin. We're here to see Inspector Chelmy. Would you please let him know we'd like to speak with him? Unfortunately, the inspector is terribly busy right now. What's more, I have strict orders to issue this puzzle to all visitors. Okay. A dangerous place. Puzzle number 50. In recent years, this city has been suffering from an increase in accidents and crime. According to a survey, there's one place in the city where there is a higher average of injured people and deaths throughout the year. Oh my god, it's the hospital. Clever. Clever.
That should do the trick. Just as I suspected.
Yeah. That was such... Of course it's the hospital. That's where the injured people go. So the place that has the most amount of death and injured people would naturally be the hospital. That's its purpose. There might be a lot of dangerous places, but the hospital is where the injured and sick people gather throughout the year. Clever puzzle. I like it. That's correct. Alright. Tremendous work as usual, Professor Layton. Oh, do you two know each other? Of course, that is, I know the professor. How could any self-respecting puzzle not know the name Layton? I'm a huge fan. I assume the puzzle I just solved was one of your own design? You got me there. I just couldn't pass up the chance to have the Professor Layton solve my puzzle. I'll call ahead to let the inspector know you're coming. His office is just up those stairs on the second floor. Thank you very much. Hint coin. Hint coin. Oh. Barton. Nothing like a nice cup of tea to soothe the jangled nerves. Good day, Barton. Good day to you, sir. Barton, we wish to have a few words with the inspector, but I don't see him here. I don't see him here either. I was led to believe he was in here, in his office. Yeah, he was. Then he got up and left. It was all very sudden. I too am puzzled by this sudden disappearance. Barton, I sincerely hope you're not spreading misinformation about me. I just told you that I needed to pop downstairs to see the commissioner. Yes, you did say that, sir. Yes, you're constable? You'll never move up on the force if you don't learn to listen. So that's his full name. Greetings, Inspector. Apologies for not saying hello, Layton. What a surprise to see you. Welcome to my humble office. Forget this sudden intrusion, Inspector. I hear that you're leading the investigation on the Prime Minister's disappearance. I am. And as it's you I'm speaking with, I'll be quite candid. This case has me completely baffled. Dozens of eyewitnesses, myself included, and not one blasted lead to work with. Since you were there, I might as well hear your take on things. Have a seat. You know, he's been quite reasonable. Constables are basically cops. Okay. Still getting used to some of the more specifically British words, I guess. Or English words in general, I guess, for that matter. I was questioned the day of the incident, but maybe your chat will uncover some new theories. There was a hint coin in your trash can, and in those boxes over there, and in that little picture frame there. We've already established that you were there when the explosion occurred. Allow me to hydrate myself. Much better. Yes, I certainly was. Then you must believe, as I do, that there was no way anyone could have survived that blast. Not that squad stun gun, not his staff, and though I hate to say it, not the Prime Minister. But what confounds me is that not a single trace of the lot remains. What do you mean by that? What I mean is, we've canvassed the whole place and we haven't found a thing related to the victims. No bodies, no clothing, and no shoes. Not even so much as a pocket watch or ring. All we recovered from the scene was the 10 tons of scrap metal that used to be the machine. No people, though. There were 8 of them, sir. What? Did you say something just now, Constable? There were 8 of them, sir. 8 people vanished. Oh yes, according to eyewitness reports, 8 people vanished from the scene. That group consisted of Stan Gun, a handful of his assistants, and the Prime Minister. Now, how in the world do 8 people just vanish? It's like a blasted magic trick. Don't worry, Inspector. From what I've heard, the Prime Minister is still alive. Alright, the adults are having a serious conversation here. If you're bored, why don't you and Barton go play in the hall? Inspector, I assure you that Luke isn't making this up. There's a very real possibility that Bill Hawks is still alive. What? Well, don't leave me here scratching my head like a fool. Explain, Layton. Before I do, I must ask a favor of you first. And what would that be? Do you recall the explosion that occurred at the Polydimensional Research Institute 10 years ago? What did you just say? I'll take that as a yes. It is imperative that I see any and all case files on that incident. You just might be onto something here, Layton. What do you know? Nothing at the moment, but I have a suspicion your current case and this old one are linked in some way. I'd like to help, really would. But those files are sealed and require top-level clearance. Even a high-ranking officer like myself will have trouble getting his hands on those. I see. I had hoped a man of your status might have the influence necessary to acquire those documents. Unfortunately, it seems I may have hoped for too much. I'm sorry to have asked the impossible of you. Wait just a moment, Layton. I might be able to get you access to those case files. Excellent, I will be extremely grateful for that. Just one thing though, these documents don't come for free. I want to hear everything you know or suspect about the Prime Minister's whereabouts. Of course, once I've seen the documents and I'm sure my theory is sound, every detail will be yours. Barton, head down to the archive room and find those old files. Tell them you're there on my orders. Right away, sir. Those files can't leave the archive, but you can read them here. Head downstairs past the lobby into the basement. Much appreciated, Inspector. Okay. Chalmy's been uncharacteristically nice with us. Hello? Welcome to the archive. I've gathered all the files pertaining to the explosion. Thank you, Barton. Your hard work has saved us considerable time. Ew, those documents are all mildewy and covered in dust. These files are off limits to most people. You're the first to touch them in a long time. I see. Hand some of those over and I'll help you look through them. Where should I start? I appreciate the offer, but I should handle this myself. They are top secret after all. Of course, I understand. Wait just a bit longer, look. I'll finish up here soon. So, oh, okay. The fact that the professor is there in the scene. He's not in the party anymore, judging from the icons. That is interesting. This might be a first, where the Professor Layton is not a playable character right now. So while we wait, solo look moment. Any more hint coins? There we go. These shelves are so dusty they turn my hands pitch black. Boom, solitude. You know, it seems like the inspector is always yelling at you. Don't you ever get tired of it? It's not so bad. Sure, he scolds me, but only when he has good reason to, which is often, unfortunately. Oh. I make a lot of mistakes, so I get yelled at a lot. He's always telling me I lack insight on cases I don't, pay attention. Which is completely understandable. I just get distracted and then I make mistakes. Oh, chin up, Barton. Everyone makes mistakes. Heck, I make them all the time. I goof up pretty bad sometimes. Why, just the other day I found myself in the most ridiculous predicament. Puzzle 51. Park the car. Okay. You need to get your car into the parking spot marked by the flag in the middle. That was very appropriate, actually. As you can see, you can only enter the spot from one side. When you encounter an X, you must turn left or right. When you encounter a circle, you must continue going straight. Also, your car is a bit of a clunker and can't go in reverse. Draw the line from your car into the parking spot. Okay, so... well, we just encountered an X, so we should go left or right. Let's try... if we go this way, we'll have to go right again and then going straight. That kind of takes us nowhere. But if we go this way... okay. We don't have much of a choice here. Go straight. Going below takes us nowhere, so we'll go here. Go straight. I see it.
This one's as good as solved.
Marvelous.
Phew, that's a relief.
Nice driving. Wonderful work, Luke. I bet you never give the professor any any cause to yell at you. Well, he's not really the yelling type. But it's true that I've never let a puzzle go unsolved. I got his reputation to protect. Oh dear, I never considered the possibility that my goof-offs would harm the inspector's reputation. Don't worry, Barton. What's most important is you try your best. If only I could convince the inspector to see things that way. Look, come here. I think I found what I came here for. What is it, Professor? You know, having the professor wait for you at the end of a hallway is weirdly intimidating. a little bit. I'm half expecting the Layton jump scare now. That file yielded some very valuable information, Luke. What exactly did you find out, Professor? Let's just say I'm very confident the Prime Minister is still alive. However, the only way to save him is to travel to the other London where he's been held. You think he might be trapped in the future? Perhaps. Let's bring this discussion to the Inspector. I like this song. Perhaps I didn't take the time to mention how much I love the Professor Layton soundtrack for all the games so far. My favorite being the previous one, especially the theme for Fall Sense, the Ghost Town. That is quite the lovely theme. Well, Layton, did your investigation bear any fruit? It did indeed. To start, allow me a few questions. Inspector, were you involved in the investigation into the explosion at the Institute 10 years ago? Yes, I was there. Ages ago, it was. I remember I had just been promoted to Assistant Inspector. I see. And do you remember the names of the scientists thought to have caused the explosion? Let me think. Oh, it's coming back to me now. One man's name was Allen. Dimitri Allen. Weren't there two scientists implicated? Do you remember the second scientist's name? It was quite a long time ago, you know. I see you're having some difficulty remembering. It was clear, wasn't it? Well then, what about the victims? Do you remember much about them? The explosion caused substantial damage to the area and destroyed the neighboring apartment complex. One of the lab scientists perished in the explosion, as did several tenants in the building next door. Strangely enough, though, I think both of the scientists involved in the experiment survived. That was very informative, Inspector. Good, because I got a few questions of my own now. How do you think this old case relates to the current one? This is just a theory, but I think the Prime Minister is being held somewhere beyond the influence of Scotland Yard. Do you mean to say he's been held captive in another country? You may find what I'm about to tell you hard to believe, but I think Bill Hux is being held captive in the future. If this is your idea of a joke, I am not laughing, Layton. I can understand your skepticism. Thank you for all your help today, Inspector. Should I learn anything else about the Prime Minister's whereabouts, you'll be among the first to know. Come, Luke, let's be off. Now wait right there, we had a deal. Surely you got more for me than just a far-fetched theory. Inspector, I told you as much as I know at the moment. Now please excuse us. That is pretty much all we know for now. And that an evil Layton might be involved in the matter. Now that we got what we came for, let's go back to the clock shop. Cock's waiting for us. Okay, Professor. What really was in those documents, I wonder? Thank you very much for the war redeem. Well, hello again, Bright Eyes. I trust you found yourself some nice shiny hint coins? Yes, and your expert directions played no small role. Lovely, I'm glad I could be of help. But where's my thank you? Out with it already. Of course, please excuse me for not answering it proper, thanks. We appreciate your assistance. Yes, thank you. We never would have found them without the help of your wise old lady like yourself. Now, just a moment there, Huffman. Who are you calling old? They don't call me Flawless Florence for nothing, you know. I'm as fit as nimble as any teenager. I can see an evil Layton holding the Prime Minister as hostage collateral for the scientists to work on the experiment to bring his lover back. That's my theory, at least. I am on the same page as you, show. I apologize, Miss Florence. I didn't mean to call you old. I know how sensitive some seniors can get about their age. Senior? Old? You just don't get it, do you? Looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson. The old-fashioned way. With a puzzle. Puzzle 46. A heartfelt heart. Okay. In my younger days, I was considered quite the catch. This is a picture of me back then along with 3 of my handsome suitors. A few moments after this photo was taken, one of these gents confessed his love by presenting me with a heart. Can you guess which one? Okay. Okay. Even LAYTON has gathered the greatest minds to find out just why kids love cinnamon toast crunch. Okay. If that is a question that requires time travel and kidnapping scientists through time, I do not know. I'll teach you this lesson with a puzzle from 1945. That was quite a funny joke. Man, I remember when I acted up in front of my parents and they sat me down and handed me a puzzle to set me straight. Presenting me with a heart. Oh, okay. Classic LAYTON misdirection. Back at it again, as they say. It's A.
Here's my answer. I knew it!
The magazine. Yes, he was making a heart with a magazine. It's literally a heart. The 2 are smart cookies when it comes to puzzle solving, I'll give you that. The compliment means all more comforting from a lady such as yourself, Lawrence. Child, I'm disappointed in you. Now complete this seppuku puzzle. Wait, what? Grandma, do you mean Sudoku by any chance? You heard me. You can still tell me if you like, but you should know I'm a married woman. It seems our friend here has taken a shine to you, Professor. Let's keep moving forward. I suppose we have to head back to future London now, huh? What's the matter, Luke? Are you scared of traveling through time again? Yes, I mean, no, as long as I don't have to do it alone. Of course not, I'll be right here with you. First on the agenda is heading to Chinatown to meet the future Professor LAYTON, right? That's right, and if my guess is correct, we'll find the Prime Minister there as well. I can't hear you heard me the same way after that one LAYTON meme. It is a pretty good one, and the way he says it is just hilarious. I'm quite fond of that video. Do you think we'll run into trouble along the way? Considering the warm welcome we received from the family at the casino, I'd say anything is possible. Look, there's no telling what kind of danger awaits us in the future. Maybe it would be best for you to remain here in our time. What kind of apprentice would I be if I left you in the face of danger all along? Of course I'm going to. And this kind of logic apparently does not apply to Flora. Chapter 6. Traveling companions? Question mark? Stanchion. Alright, what mischief did you two get yourselves into? Excuse me, I have no idea what you're talking about. No point playing innocent, boy. Old Stanchion's cafe knows more than you think. They might be slightly obscure, but I do have eyes, you know? And these eyes can see that the law is right on your tail. I don't follow. Say no more, boy. Just know that I'm always on your side. If you call me, I'll come running. Thanks, I guess. Well, we have to be off now. Look, I have a feeling things are about to get interesting. Look, do you remember the secret knock Big Look used when he last tried to enter the clock shop? Thank you very much for the water redeem and the stretch redeem. You're all very much appreciated, friend Alfred. Quite a lot of dialogue. Much better. Of course, allow me, Professor. Come on in. Welcome back, Professor. Sorry to keep you waiting. Where is Cog anyway? Oh, the same place as always, in the back, tinkering with that clock. You like my new outfit? Thank you very much, Sir Volleys. That is much appreciated. Allow me to give you a better look at it from the very comfortable boots to the sweater. Of course, the jacket that I'm carrying with me because there's no need to wear the jacket at this point in time. And a little extra earring that I have on my left ear. It was designed by someone truly special to me. And so I am thankful that it is to your liking. Welcome back, you two. I take it you found the information you were after? We did. Hopefully it looks not tired of waiting for us back in the future. Yes, we mustn't keep the young sir waiting. Young sir? Oh, did I just call Luke sir? Sorry, it's an old habit from being in the service industry. My mind is just not as sharp as it used to be, you know. I make mistakes like that often and I... Oh. Someone's at the door. We're going to the future with Chelmy and Barton? You can just force your way in into private property. It's illegal, not to mention ungentlemanly. Madam, I'm no gentleman. I'm an officer of the law and I'm here on important investigation. What's Inspector Chelmy doing here? You told us, didn't you, Inspector? Be as it may, Spring is right. Forcing your way here is quite rude. Say what you will, Layton. The fact remains that our Prime Minister is missing. And if I had to crash a few parties to find him, then that's how it's gotta be. And I'll keep crushing them until you lay your cards on the table, Layton. All of them. I can't believe you, Professor. And you too, look. Flora is here too? You two run off and left me on my own again, and after I made you those nice cucumber sandwiches. Flora, please try to understand. We just didn't want you to put you in a dangerous situation. I don't buy it. The real reason you won't take me is because you think I'll get in the way. No, that's not it at all. Flora, you have to understand. You could be put in harm's way. It's for your safety that I don't know anyone else in this town. What am I supposed to do when you two run off? Stare at the wall? Oh no, that's really fun. And by really fun, I mean not fun at all. Justice for Flora. I'm on her side on this situation. I want her to have something to do after she got so sidetracked and abandoned in the second game. When you put it that way, I can see where you're coming from. Now look, listen here. You know, Layton, I think the girl has a point. You might be leaving her behind out of concern, but that doesn't mean much if it upsets her, so... Inspector, you too? Sorry to butt in, but we got to get this show on the road. We can't keep Luke waiting any longer. I have to start her up now. Flora, quick, make Layton become evil so he can make a time machine and go back in time to bring you on an adventure. But there are several people here who have nothing to do with the matter at hand. As far as I'm concerned, the more people we got, the merrier. That's ridiculous. I beg you to reconsider. When Layton is telling you that's ridiculous, I beg you to reconsider. You can tell he's losing his patience. Sorry, Professor. We got to go. Hold on, everyone. Hold on. What for? We're going to the future. Okay, end of the line. Everyone out. What in the world just happened? My stomach is doing backflips again. What was all that? Step outside and see for yourself, Inspector. That should serve as a sufficient explanation. I don't know what you're getting at, but fine. Barton, let's step outside. Just a moment, sir. I'm feeling a touch queasy. Actually, make that quite queasy. Pull yourself together, Constable. We're going out. Please don't jostle me. I'm feeling a bit green. Are you okay, Flora? It was a rather shaky trip. I'll say time travel really takes it out of you. Oh no. Okay, Flora is still in the party according to the little sprites on the left screen. I haven't saved in a while. Look at Chelmy's sprite. He is extremely shocked at the revelation that we're in the future. Layton! What's all this? What happened to London? We're still in London, Inspector. We've just been transported 10 years into the future. But that's impossible! Isn't it? Or is it possible, Layton? One thing is for Satan. We're no longer in the London we know. Well, there will be time for debate once my work is done. I seem to recall you saying something about the Prime Minister being trapped in the future, yes? Yes. I'm by no means certain, but remains a definite possibility. Well then, what are we standing around here for? The hunt is on, Barton. We're off to find the Prime Minister. You know, Inspector, we might have better luck tracking him down if we work together on this case. That's enough from you, Layton. The fact remains that you're a civilian. I'll handle this on my own. Are you feeling any better, Barton? Yes. No. Yes, where am I? You're in the future. This is London 10 years in the future, Barton. Oh my. No need to fret, Barton. Everything is fine. Don't worry about me, lad. The inspector is here. You and your friends are safe. We'll be fine. Exactly. Okay. Well, if it isn't my favorite set of problem solvers, thanks again for helping me with those boards. It was nothing really, just a simple bit of thinking and well-placed cut. Yeah, if it's not too much trouble, you think you could work your magic on these boards too? Man is acting quite confident about finding one man in a city he knows little about. Yeah. The lip? Yeah, this man is quite strangely shaped. It feels like his bottom lips could touch his nose. Puzzle number 53. Making another cut. Okay. It's gonna be a sequel to the previous puzzle. He was stung by a V on the lower lip. That would explain it. Okay. I'm thinking... Sure, sir, we'll take your time. Perhaps this configuration will be sufficient.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Marvelous.
Well, that's settled.
Look at that, you did it again, friend. Thanks to you, we're that much closer to giving Midland Road the makeover it deserves. And we get a shovel. Where's the other Luke, Professor? Now that you mentioned it, we never decided on the meeting place. Perhaps it's time to pay Shipley a visit. Of course, he can get us in touch with Big Luke. Shall we head over to the arcade restaurant then? Even Stachin is here. Well, look who's back. Mr. Stachin, the one and only. And who's your feathered friend here? Oh, you mean Squawkrates? This name was decided by Chad and Maggie together. Squawkrates. Nice to meet you, Nice to meet you too, Bird. Say, seeing as how you're a dependable bunch, I got a favor to ask. Lately, I can't get enough of mushrooms, especially since this one little red delectable variety. That's where you come in. I'd like you to seek out one of those fine fungi and bring it round to me. A little delectable red mushroom. I haven't a clue where we can pick up one of those. Well, Squawkrates knows. Squawkrates will go grab it. Now that's the kind of can-do attitude I like, Bird. But are you really up to the task? Squawkrates is no regular bird. This should be a snap for him. Squawkrates can now take on requests from people you meet during your adventure. Help Squawkrates complete the task requested in the parrot minigame available in the trunk. The more requests you succeed in filling, the more clever Squawkrates becomes. If you complete enough requests, he'll start to help you find hidden hint coins. So it's basically the role the hamster served in the second game. Let's get this show on the road. Open the parrot minigame in the trunk and select my request. Come on, how hard can it be to get one measly mushroom? Now hurry up and with that fungus. I can't get enough of those little red mushrooms. You just have to bring me one. Okay. Your parrot has generously volunteered his service as a delivery bird. Unfortunately, the heavy items he has to carry make it hard for him to fly properly. Predict his flight path and help him to the recipient by making purchase out of rope for him. Okay. Create a perch for your parrot by connecting the two posts with a rope. He's definitely not the biggest bird. This would definitely be no problem for Mr. Tall Geese. The number of ropes at your disposal changes with each delivery request. The positioning and angle of each perch will affect the trajectory of your parrot's flight. Build efficient perches that will help your parrot get to his destination as quickly as possible. Ropes can't intersect with each other. Also, you can't attach two ropes to the same post. Tap clear to raise all of the ropes if drawn from the screen. Tap start to send your parrot out deliver his package. Watch how he flies closely. If you want to cancel a delivery attempt while the parrot is flying, tap quit. When the parrot lands on the flat perch, he will return to his basic flight path when he takes off next. By landing on a number of well-placed perches, your parrot can fly to very high places. Complete the course by guiding your parrot over to the delivery recipient. During the delivery, if your parrot flies off screen or falls into the hole, you must reattempt the delivery. Your parrot must reach the recipient before time runs out, so keep an eye out on the clock. So there's even a time limit aspect here. Okay. Okay. Okay, so he's gonna jump there. I guess we'll need one here. Hmm. Maybe one here. And I feel like he's gonna fall down here, so maybe we'll use our last rope here. There you go. Marvelous. I knew you were just the fellow for the job. This is a perfect specimen. Alright, specimen. You just go on like that and you'll become a fine delivery parrot. People will love you. Love me? Delivery. Delivery. You earned this person's gratitude with your expert delivery skills. Okay. Interesting. Oh wait, we're going the wrong way. Okay, we're almost there. I just remembered something. What's that, Professor? We've neglected to explain the situation to Flora. You're right, it completely slipped my mind. No worries, I'm just happy to be along for the ride. I'm not, you know, left behind as usual. I'm really conflicted about this, about Flora being left behind, being turned into a punchline, because I truly want her to have her moment to shine. Be that as it may, I think of an explanation is in order. Let's stop for a hotel for a quick chat. Flora smile, completely understandable, honestly. I'm sorry, but only registered guests are permitted to enter that area. My name is Flora. I'm a guest of Professor Luke's. Well, sort of. Actually, what really happened is I followed them here because they ran off without me. They're always doing that, and to be honest, it really hurts my feelings, and... Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take up your time chattering so much. Flora, what on earth are you going on about? Don't mind her, Becky. Flora can be a bit awkward around new people. She was just expressing her feelings about how she doesn't like being left behind. To a stranger, but still. Oh, I would never pry on a guest's personal affairs. That's against hotel policy. I'll be off now. Have yourself a pleasant day. I hope Becky doesn't look down on us for running out on Flora. What a charming room. I'm glad you liked it, Flora. We'll be sure to get you one of your very own later. Oh, no need for that. I'm happy to stay in this one with you two. We'll just put up a screen. Look, you're the smallest, so you can sleep in that chair there. Then I can take one of the beds and the professor can take the other bed. That's ridiculous. I'm way too big to fold myself into a chair. We can discuss this issue more later. For now, let's try to bring you up to speed, Flora. Alright, so what's the skinny? Right now, we're in a town that looks very much like London, but it's fundamentally different. Make no mistake, this city is far more dangerous place than our own London. How so? What he's trying to say is that we've traveled through time. This is London 10 years in the future. What? We're currently working with a young man who identifies himself as Luke. According to him, in the 10 years between his time and ours, I became a rather unsavory individual. And here in the future, I rule over the city with an iron fist. This young man is working with us to try to stop my evil future self. Wow, that's an awfully complicated story. Did you follow all of it? Yeah, I think so. Can you imagine the professor as a crime boss? This is something I've just got to see. Oh, and I just thought of something. What's up? If both you and the professor have counterparts here, I should too, right? Sure, I don't see why not. Wow, you could have said you don't want me to come with you. Oh my god. That would have made me quite sad. But you haven't seen future Flora here. Nope, not yet anyway. But didn't it strike you as strange that you hadn't seen me? We had a lot going on since we came here. We really haven't had much time. I guess I just thought that the two of you would have been more concerned about my well-being in the future. Oh, that hurts. There, dear. Don't get upset now. What do you say we brighten up those spirits with a trip to one of the best restaurants in the city? Oh, that sounds wonderful. Let's go. Oh, nice save, Professor. Flora is clearly feeling neglected. And the fact that it's being played off as a joke doesn't sit completely right with me. Dean Delmona. Oh, fancy seeing you here, Herschel. Have you been well? Yes, thank you. You're looking quite well yourself, Spry even. Oh heavens, this old man is growing older by the day. One look at my head of white hair and I will tell you that. Oh yes, I thought something was different about you. Some people say silver hair makes a man look distinguished, but I was partial to my brown hair. You know, Herschel, London's full of people quick to sully your name, but I don't believe I'm one of them. That was quite a shock, Professor. We saw the Dean only hours ago, yet he's aged a full 10 years. Yes, time certainly appears to have left his mark on the Dean. To be fair, they never really had the time to think about her and this adventure so far. That is true. Is something the matter? Not at all, I just needed a moment to think. Let's be on our way. The weather sure is nice today, don't you think? Sure, it's not bad, I guess. On days like this, I always bake cookies. Thing is, I haven't been able to enjoy any of them because of this problem I'm having. Would you mind helping me with my conundrum? I'll give you some cookies for your trouble. Free cookies? Well, who am I to refuse someone in need? Puzzle number 30. Cookie conundrum. That's quite the name for a puzzle. It's quite fun indeed. Okay, there are 15 cookies to share amongst a large group. The first person eats one cookie, then passes 2 equal portions of the leftover cookies to 2 other people. They both eat cookies, then each pass 2 equal portions of the remaining cookies to 2 other people, and so on until all of the cookies are gone. It takes 1 minute to eat a cookie. Ignoring the time it takes to pass them, what's the shortest amount of time it could take for all of the cookies to be eaten? Okay, classic math puzzle. That would be... Start with 15. A person eats 1. Then it's just between 2 people. You have 7 and 7 there. Then those 2 people eat one. Then they share it. There's 3. Okay. It takes 1 minute to... It's 4.
How about this?
Marvelous.
No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
4 minutes. Cookies always taste so much better when you share them with somebody, don't you think? Completely. Glad you think so too. And here we are. Welcome to London's most delicious destination. I hope you brought your appetites. Not to mention your thinking caps. I heard you have a real knack for solving puzzles. I suppose you could say that. Why do you bring it up, sir? See, I ordered a few number of plates for use in the back, but the company made a mistake. Puzzle 5-7. Misplaced plates. Okay, the number of plates you ordered have finally arrived, but wait a second. Oh, misfortune! The manufacturer painted all the numbers on backwards by mistake. You like to use them as soon as possible, but it will take quite a while to fix each and every plate. To save time, the manufacturer will like you to make a do with the plates that you can use as is, and only send back the ones that that must be fixed. Okay. Okay. Check off only the plates you can't use. Well... The plates that we can't use... Well, 0 and 1 can be used. If you flip the backwards 2, it can turn into a 5. 3, the same thing. Same thing for 4. The backwards 5 can be turned into a 2. Same with the 7. 8 can be used as is. So I assume the only ones we can't use are 9 and 6.
Let's see if I've got this right.
Marvelous.
Well, that's settled.
Simple enough. 6 and 9 definitely won't work. 0, 1, yeah, it's pretty much the explanation that I used. Good stuff. And there goes puzzle 5-7. It looks like I asked the right man for help. Thank you, sir. I won't forget this. Believe me, there will be more than a little extra gravy on the next pie you order here. And a milk bottle. And a new delivery for our parrot friend. Greetings, Shipley. Excellent timing, Professor. I just received a message for you from Luke. He would like to go to the observation in the park north of here. See that you're not followed. This park is the one on the road that joins Flatstone Street with Midland Road, correct? That's the one? Luke will be there waiting for you. Why do we need to make sure we're not being followed? It sounds like someone out there may be monitoring our movements. Flora, are you paying attention to what's been said? This is very important. Of course I'm listening. Moving around in a group of 3 will make us more suspicious. I know you don't want to be left alone, but I think it would be best if you waited for us at the hotel. This again. As soon as we're done talking with the other Luke, we'll come to get you. No, I'm coming with you. Now, Flora. Ah, come on, Professor, let her come along. We'll do our best to be stealthy on our way to the park. I don't know about this. It'll be fine. Besides, it might be more dangerous to leave Flora all by herself. Thank you, Luke. I suppose you might have a point. Where we're heading could lead us into some very dangerous situations. Are you sure you want to come along with us? Of course I do. I'm not scared. Well, that settles it. Let's get moving. Sorry, Luke, but we got no choice but to put our dinner plans on hold again. I understand, Professor. No one wants to eat more than I do, but we shouldn't keep Luke waiting. Well then, what are we waiting for? Off we go. Well, for now, it's good to have her here. Now allow me to hydrate myself. And I think we'll go see what Luke has to say to us in the next episode. This has gone for quite a while, my apologies. But now, a lot has been done, A lot of chapters are on the bag, and more puzzles are yet to be discovered in the next episode of Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. Thank you everyone for joining another episode of the series, and I truly hope you enjoyed your time here with me. Thank you to the patrons for supporting what we do here, and I truly hope that everyone here has a fantastic rest of their day. I hope to see you in the next one, and stay tuned because we have more surprises coming soon in this week of streams as usual. So thank you for joining once again. It was a good time. Thanks for the stream. Thank you very much, Show. It was a great time for me as well. It's always a pleasure to stream with all of you. See you later, Yale. See you later, Nev. And I'll see you in the next one. And I'll see you, Space Cowboy. Bang.
I was cooling in the motel for a minute. Loved ones that I won't tell how I'm living. Now I'm in the woods, trailer park, staying hidden. In the rap game, slashing through a million minions. IRL is lame cause I'm broke in Virginia. Surrounded by the slimy cold-blooded they amphibians. I ain't dark as I was, hit the amphibian. Pulled a beat katana out in the slaughterhouse. I was hired cause you talking loud, starting drumming out. I got fired cause I understood what they talking about. So I fight them cause I understand all they trauma now. In the woods, smoking on some woods, game me feeling good, but it's great. Can escape my fate, what if I could? On some LBs, for these LBs I had to hustle. Desperately trying to find paradise through this desperate struggle. Wanna kill and be killed, it's the way that I'm living. Throw my life away, but I had to hide my feelings. Trying to stack LBs straight to the ceiling.